Hello there, my name is Richard. The first time seeing my channel, you to review cartoon series, anime series, or opening, computer random, and today we talk about Alien from Earth, Season 1. Now, start watching this series, I did say I thought I was watching basically E.T., and that assumption I see in the first episode is exactly what it was, because it's like the question, what happened if E.T. pick up Alien and drag him over to his home planet to live with them? And this is basically the answer, that how Elliot will survive this new territory, especially where he lives, called the Hive. This Hive is basically ghetto. That's the best way to describe it, because everybody here is there for a reason, that their whole planet would explode, he was a wanted person. A lot of different people live in this colony. How Elliot attempted and his mom to live in this place is actually sort of interesting, because you think, oh, this could be a fish on a water type of show. In a way, yes it is, but done in a very interesting way, because Elliot and frankly trying to live with other people, you find out sometimes some of the aliens don't really know what's actually going on, how to talk to this person, how to open this to person, or how this elevator works. Because once more, different creatures in different culture. Yeah, I emphasize a different culture, because Elliot and Frankie come to this high place, and you expect them to talk down to Elliot and his mom, Frankie, and you think they'll be the stupid ones that don't really understand what's going on because they're outsiders. But in fact, they're not the only ones. Some of the aliens who live there the longest, they really don't know how to use this, say, elevator. They just decide to use the stairs. Or you can walk to the bridge, but at the same time, the bridge doesn't have anything to walk on. They're just very laser doors. So you're just like, should I use this, risk it, or not risk it? In fact, some of the technology is just so advanced. Elliot's mom, or aka Frankie, doesn't know how to talk or use these devices, but you think it would be alien, or basically that's sort of the joke, but not really, not just her. In that itself is sort of interesting, because this whole society is sort of a work in progress for everyone. Yeah, I thought that's sort of interesting. You also how to adapt to other cultures, certain necessities that also sort of interesting. Like some aliens cannot walk upside up; they have to be upside down to actually to move or talk to people. There will also different kind of point of views. For example, we meet these two aliens talking to each other and asking each other who broke the bridge, who this guy lived through us, and something like that. And you think that you see these aliens arguing, but the respect is the aliens are small, and you see someone who destroyed the gate actually was Elliot, because how big he was compared to them. And that is sort of interesting, because they show always try different perspectives. For example, there's like this device and nobody really know what to use till Elliot's mom, Frankie, picked it up and moved the whole building by accident, while knowing this is basically control of the building. And once more, in that sort of creativity that you don't expect, different point of views make this show interesting to watch, because they could go anywhere, because this is almost science fiction. Anything scientific or idea but science fiction, you could use this world. On top of this, there's also a hint of magic, because how different creatures who live there also could be magical, but also people who have needs, like they have to eat people or have to eat emotions for other creatures just by anger or by hatred. And that is sort of fascinating, because they explore so many different ideas. Some ideas sort of cliche if you're a science fiction fan. You know, some of them, like the Fly episode, they use the transporter to move to school, to their home, but Elliot and this new character called Mo decided to use the transporter, but they use it, they kind of fuse together as one a creature. Once more, that's sort of science fiction. That's sort of a cliche of the genre. But they don't use all the cliches. They use it once along well. They usually, I think they don't use 2-3 cliches of all 16 episodes. Even that, they're so well done that you don't mind. But I love it. They also have sort of a mystery around the whole thing. Like how Elliot and frankly sort of moved to Earth and this planet, because they really don't know, because this kind of scientific rock who is a transporter, but really nobody knows what this transporter is for, who created it and why. And that's why how the Hive or the Council wants to talk to Frankie, that she's the one who used the rock, but she doesn't know how the rock works, or also lost the rock. And on top of all this, you have this other character called Mo, who is the dinosaur, the last dinosaur of Earth, who's smart enough to talk to other people. And that is sort of interesting, like, why the dinosaur is here, how he survived, how he got transported to right on this planet. And that is sort of interesting because no one really knows. It's not like this sort of secret organization trying to take down the Hive and be controlled. No, nothing like that. It's more like people are doing stuff, but they're not sure why they're doing it. What was the purpose in that set? Nothing like evil or mysterious. Just a sort of question, and that's what the Hive Council want to know about. Why? Because the Hive is a pretty chill planet. Everybody's like talking to each other. They have their own cliques, like the basic normal society. But I love it. They really don't lean it that much. They lean it more to how Elliott and Frankie and Mo will survive this Hive, how they click with other people, how they get jobs, and how Elliott go to school, how he fit in. In fact, I have to say, Elliott probably the most relatable character I have ever seen, that really is antsy around people because he can't really fit in. Even when back he was home planet, he really wasn't in cliques. In other words, he always the outsider, and that is sort of interesting because it's sort of a smart way to introduce this character of this new world. Because once more, if you move a lot of different places, it's sort of hard to make friends or click with people because once more, why bother? And that is interesting from Elliott's perspective, especially how Elliott sort of is an interesting character. I like to say he's sort of kind of designed like Gumball as a character, but more kind of humble, more needy, that he wants to talk to people. At the same time, he's sort of scared, especially with Mo, this last dinosaur. He's sort of not smart. He's sort of he is gullible because he really never talked to other creatures. Just usually his life it was left alone. So it makes sense. He's sort of very trusting and very gullible around people. Anything they say, he does believe. That's why you have Erwin next to him trying to, no, you have to a little bit think about it because this person could be lying. Like, oh, okay. And he believes whatever people say to him. But love it, Erwin is sort of have his own issues that he's sort of way trusting also because that's what he has his mom tell him, don't trust people either because once more, you don't know what's going on in this place. At the same time, I love it. Frankie, she also could be wrong, even how old and why she is. She actually is wrong. And that's I found fascinating. All three characters you focus on could be completely wrong, even all the experience they had over the years. It could be completely useless because of different cultures, different people, how they act, completely different, especially how they look. Yeah, I thought that's sort of interesting how they pick all these ideas and show you a different way to grab your attention. And I just enjoyed, especially the comedy feels so much kind of gullible comedy, but more kind of chill to see how everything works, especially on season 1. Because usually season 1 are basically terrible. Basically more throwaway seasons because they're not really sure how to actually use it. But I love it this show use it as the advantage to explore the whole planet, to explore the ideas first, and slowly introducing certain characters you probably see reoccurring, like Mr. K, the principal of the school where Elliott and Mo lives, that he is basically Skeletor, but it's more like his son or a descendant of him because how evil he is, but he sort of got bored, become a principal of this school to torture young students who don't know how the rules for some apparent reason. Once more, the show is very creative with different ideas because they're not grounded. So they're basically science fiction, so allowed to be more creative, more out there. So everything you feel like World Gumbo did, they did the same thing of this show, but make it more creative, more clever jokes. Not really straight in your face American comedy, more like kind of UK European comedy, if you don't know what I mean. It's basically more kind of self-aware, clever humor, but not trying to throw the joke after joke right in your face or over scream it. It's more like, you know, I know, but we don't know how this works. You know, right? You see the other person like, what? Exactly. That sort of kind of clever kind of comedy. Yeah, I just enjoy it. Especially the animation is top tier because it's just wow. It's really great shading, great designs. In fact, I'm kind of afraid this show will probably be canceled because how Cartoon Network is right now. Because I'm deciding what to do to keep this show or not. Hopefully not, because the final episode actually sort of end up with a cliffhanger, but could be wrong. Maybe they have more episodes. But beside that, it's something I recommend because the show is quite charming and fun. In fact, I recommend to binge watch the whole series because you really don't know what you expect of this. Especially when you binge watch the whole series, the charm just keeps growing and going. You feel how much they improve each episode, how sharper the comedy really is. And they do get a greenlit season 2. I'm sure the count will be even sharper than before because this show is more kind of dark humor like the World Gumball, but more clever in between. And they do go dark places. They actually kill people, but more like, oh, they're not real people, they're clones, or they're robots. But there's always around them almost sort of dark humor. So that's why I probably enjoy it so much. Besides that, that's all I can say. I have one question before I end this video. Do you like this show? Do you enjoy everything about it? You hate it? Comment down below. Let me know. I got really nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.